Like, I think we all like as a family to just kind of be together. Like if you were to take a thermal imaging scan of our lives, you would just see a little clump moving around the house. Like
Jon Stewart is a well-known American journalist, actor, comedian, TV producer, screenwriter, film producer, talk show host, writer, and commentator, who's best known for being the host of The Daily Show. Jon started his career as a stand-up comedian and has become a successful host. Moreover, this comedian has also appeared in several films, including Death to Smoochie and Big Daddy. During Jon's tenure, The Daily Show won 2 Grammy Awards and 22 Primetime Emmy Awards. Jon's also hosted the 78th and 80th Academy Awards. He's also a successful writer and has co-written America, the Book, A Citizen's Guide to Democracy in Action, which was one of the best-selling books in the United States.
then I go down to our grapefruit field and I pick the ripest and freshest, bring it to my lovely wife.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Jonathan Stewart Leibowitz, but he's also known as Susceptible Boy and Jon. He was born November 28, 1962 in New York City, making him 57 at the time of this production. He stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, or 1.69 meters. Although this comedian has mostly maintained a low profile in entertainment industry circles since he left The Daily Show, Jon has used his voice in sustained advocacy for the first responders of 9/11. This man is also raising voice for the health benefits of war veterans. He's a soccer player and played on the soccer team when Stewart was studying at the College of William and Mary. Several comedians such as Hassan Minhaj, Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, Larry Wilmore, Trevor Noah, Jordan Klepper, and Samantha Bee say that Jon influenced them. Back in 2000, Jon was labeled a Democrat, and he generally agreed. However, the comedian described his political affiliation as more socialist than Democratic. This actor has also voted for Republicans and voted for George H.W. Bush in the 1988 presidential election. Jon's wife is a longtime vegan, and it inspired him to become a vegan. In 2015, Jon began eating a vegetarian diet for ethical reasons. In 2004, an asteroid was discovered, which was named in honor of Jon. Back in 1997, Jon met Tracy Lynn McShane, and both of them started dating. After 4 years, they got married in 2000. Next year, Jon and Tracy legally changed their last names to Stewart. In July 2004, they welcomed their first son, Nathan Thomas Stewart. Then in February 2006, their second child, a daughter, was born. The couple named her Maggie Rose Stewart.
Well, the governess gets the boy and girl up around 6 for Pilates.
Born in New York City, Jon is the son of a teacher who later became an educational consultant, Marion, and Jon's father, Donald Leibowitz, worked as an energy coordinator for the New Jersey Department of the Treasury. The family members of Stewart are Jewish immigrants to America from Belarus, Poland, and Ukraine. Jon is the second child of his parents, and Lawrence is his older brother, while Dan and Matthew are Jon's younger brothers. When Jon was 8 years old, his parents divorced, and he, along with Lawrence, grew up in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Lawrence was previously the chief operating officer of NYSE Euronext, the New York Stock Exchange's parent company. Jon went to Lawrence High School and grew up in the era of the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal. The first working job of Stewart was at Woolworth store. In 1984, he graduated from the College of William and Mary in Virginia. Initially, Jon majored in chemistry, then switched to psychology. After graduating from college, Jon worked numerous jobs, including a contingency planner for the New Jersey Department of Human Services, a puppeteer for children with disabilities, a caterer, a busboy, a soccer coach at Gloucester High School in Virginia, and a bartender at the Franklin Corner Tavern. In 1986, this famous comedian moved to New York City to pursue his career in comedy. and started as a stand-up comedian at a nightclub called The Bitter End. At this time, the comedian adopted the stage name Jon Stewart. Later, Jon got a chance to perform at a comedy club known as Comedy Cellar. Jon would perform at 2 a.m. daily at this comedy club. After working at the Comedy Cellar for 2 years, Jon found a job as a writer for the TV show known as Carolyn's Comedy Hour. After a couple of years, he became the co-host of the Short Attention Span Theater on Comedy Central. Then in 1993, this comedian created a talk show called The Jon Stewart Show, which aired on MTV. He became popular with this show, and in 1994, an hour-long syndicated version of the show was launched by Paramount. During his career, Jon made several appearances as a guest host for Tom Snyder on The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder. Then in 1999, Craig Kilborn, who was the host of The Daily Show, left, and Stewart was offered to replace him. After Stewart took over the show, it became extremely popular and became one of the longest-running programs on Comedy Central. Jon interviewed and debated several established politicians such as Tucker Carlson, Bill O'Reilly, and Rachel Maddow. In 2005, Jon won a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album. He also received 2 Peabody Awards along with the other members of The Daily Show. On August 6, 2015, Jon's final Daily Show episode was aired, and Trevor Noah succeeded him. In November 2015, Jon signed a 4-year deal with HBO. The comedian's also made occasional appearances on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. As an actor, he's appeared in several TV shows and films, including Half-Baked, Big Daddy, The Faculty, and Death to Smoochie.
We all just kind of stick together, so depending on what time the new Disney shows are on. But it's pretty tame.
Who's funnier, you or your kids?
I think the kids.
On average, Jon earns more than $25 million each year. Back in 2000, Jon's annual salary from The Daily Show was $1.5 million. Then in 2008, he earned $14 million from the show. Later, his salary for hosting the show increased to $25 million each year. That's approximately $2 million per month for a job that only required Jon to work 4 days per week. The total net worth of Jon Stewart is $120 million. Jon owns several properties across the East Coast. The duplex penthouse in New York City owned by Jon covers an area of over 600 square feet and features 1,800 square feet of outdoor space. He purchased this property in March 2005 for $5.8 million and sold it in 2014 for $17.5 million. In 2010, he spent $3.8 million on a riverfront mansion in Red Bank, New Jersey. The next year, Jon also purchased the house next door for $3.2 million. This actor also has a waterfront summer house outside the city, which covers 5,000 square feet. It also features a detached 2-car garage, private dock, boathouse, and pool house. In 2013, Jon and his wife purchased a farm in Middletown which covers 12 acres. They converted this farm into a sanctuary for abused animals. Then in 2017, the pair bought a 45-acre farm in Colts Neck, New Jersey, and converted it into a sanctuary for animals saved from slaughterhouses. Jon Stewart likely owns the following cars: a Mercedes AMG E63S, a 1985 Ferrari 308 GTB QV, a Porsche, and a Rolls Royce.